Everyone, my name is Narayana. Today topic is 8051 microcontroller and architecture. Okay, what is the use of 8051 microcontroller? I explained in last video. In this video, I will explain what is the architecture of 8051 microcontroller. Okay, let go start the video. This is the architecture diagram of 8051 microcontroller. This is the CPU we have in CPU and interrupt controllers like external interrupts. What are the external interrupts are there? Okay, next uh, RAM, ROM. Okay, how many bytes of RAM and how many bytes of ROM are there? What are the timers are there? And oscillators. What are the bus controllers and input input output ports and serial ports? What are the serial ports? What is the use of these ports? And what are the what how many components are there in a architecture? I will explain you one by one, guys. Okay, let's see the video. Microcontroller architecture. Okay, 8051 microcontroller architecture. Basic components present in internally inside the 8051 microcontrollers architectures are here. I said that interrupts. Okay, CPU, oscillators, RAM, ROM, timers, serial ports, input output ports, and bus controllers, oscillators. What are the counters? And I will explain you these are all the internal internal components of 8051 microcontroller. So I will clear or clarifying the one by one. Okay, next the first one is CPU. CPU is the main brain of the microcontroller. It will controls the all the components inside. I mean, what are the which components are inside the microcontroller 8051? It will controls total controlled by the CPU only. So I will explain once again. Okay, clearly. Let's see. CPU act as a mind of any processing machine. Means here processing machine means microcontroller. Any microcontroller. Okay, it synchronize and manage all the processes that are carried out in a microcontroller. What are the synchronizations? What are the functionalities you are given to the microcontroller? What are the task you are given to the microcontroller? It will synchronize and manages all the processes. What to want to do? These are all the things managed by who? CPU. Okay. Users has no power to control the functioning of CPU. We can't control the internal functionality of CPU. Okay. It interrupts the program stored in a ROM and carries out from storage and performs its projected duty. It interrupts to the ROM and it will store the data and it will take the data out and to perform the projected duty. Whatever the task you given to the microcontroller, it will done by the CPU. Okay, CPU manage the different types of registers available in 8051 microcontroller. Okay, and also it has a different types of resistors are there. So I will explain you later the what are the resistors are there, what is the use of these resistors. Okay, next one is interrupts is the one of the main component in 8051. It will helps to the user to interrupt in between the task. Okay, so and also it will change the scenarios and it will controls the microcontroller timings. So interrupts are the main. Okay, interrupts is a subroutine call that given by the microcontroller when some other program with high priority is requested for acquiring the system buses. Then interrupts occurs in the current running program. For example, I clearly give you interrupt. Interrupt means when you are talking with your friend, okay, some other person will come and talking with you in between you want your friend, so it is a one of the interrupt, right? So same way, when the microcontroller is communicating with another microcontroller, so uh, we given or microcontroller communicating with another microcontroller or doing some other task, you are interrupt and giving the one task, giving another task to the microcontroller. Okay, you interrupt and you are giving to another task to microcontroller. Microcontroller will decide, means CPU will decide which task has to complete first. So it will go to the task and it will complete. So this is the interrupt. Main motto of interrupts is to stop the microcontroller, to stop the present task and given to another task to execute or to do the task, which task is prioritized and it will do that. Okay, so interrupts provide a method to postpone or delay the current process, I said, right? So it will postpone or delay, or it will stop the task to perform, to give the output some different time. Okay, task is second time, and second task will be the first output. So this type of interrupts are postponing or delaying the current process to perform the subroutine task and then restart the standard program again. For example, your CPU is doing one task continuously. Okay, you given to print. I will give one example here clearly. You can clearly understand. Okay, you given to the printer to print 100 pages of data. Okay, it will printing continuously. Okay, and you again interrupt or you stop the printer and you given to another task to print 4 pages of data. Which pages it will take to print, because it will conveying or it will scan the pages and it will decide, or see our in printer CPU will decide which one is prioritized. For example, your 4 pages is the most priority thing, so it will print that 4 pages and it will go again to print that 100 pages task. Okay, this is the interrupts. This is the main use of interrupts. How many types of interrupts are there, I will explain you once again. Okay, yeah, types of interrupts in 8051 microcontroller are, let us see, we have the 5 source of interrupts in 8051 microcontroller. We have timers, timer 0, timer 1, and external hardware interrupt, and external hardware interrupt 0 and 1, and serial communication interrupt means R1 and T1, I mean transmitting and receiving ports. So these as the 5 interrupts are there, 2 timers are there, and 2 external interrupts are there, and 1 serial communication port or communication interrupt are there. Okay, these are the 5 interrupts of 8051 microcontroller. Next, memory. Here, memory is also a one of the major role. For example, for operation of a microcontroller required a program. Okay, every microcontroller we are giving to the program. Uh, in this program, where we storing memory. So every microcontroller can have what we have to do. Microcontroller have memory first, so we can dump the program into that memory, and we are executing the remaining task. So this program guides the microcontroller to perform the specific task. Okay, when we dumping the program into microcontroller, This program will uh, gives the guidance of a microcontroller to perform this task. To perform this task first, and this task second, this task third. So this type of guidance or instructions are given by this program. This program installed in a microcontroller required some on-chip memory for the storage of program. For example, we have dumping the program. So if microcontroller doesn't have memory, where we store? It cannot store, right? So we have some on-chip memory to store the program. So okay, microcontroller also required memory for store of data and operands of short duration. In microcontroller 8051, there is a code or program memory of 4 KB. What are the program memory are there when we dumping the program? So the whole program memory has to be 4 KB, means kilobytes. Okay, 4 kilobytes. That it has 4 KB ROM, means it is a ROM, read only memory. When we store the memory into that ROM, we can't change here. Okay, we can't change the code. It will permanently store only we can access to read only. Okay, and it also compares of data memory, RAM, read accessible memory. So we can access 125 bytes of data we can access, or we can change the data. These are the data memory. Okay, these are the 128 bytes of data memory are there. Okay, next one is a bus controls. Okay, here bus is a group of wires. Okay, bus means here having the group of wires which uses as a communication canal or acts as means of data transfer. For example, we are having the electricity in our home, right? So uh, we have wires, electric wires. In electric wires, your power station is there. Power station to your home, we have the common means between power station to house, where how to transfer the electricity through wires. So same way here also, the microcontroller to modules, it will transmit the data through wires only. The communication done by the wires only to transmit the data. The different bus configurations includes 8-bit or 16-bit or more cable. 8, 16 or more cables are there, and less cables also are there. So therefore a bus can bear 8 bits, 16 bits all together. Okay, for example, your electricity wire capacity is to transmit 100 volts only. But if you give more than 100 volts, what will happen? The wire will burn or wire will cut. So this type of things happen in electricity. Here the different, okay, the bus strength is to transmit 8 bits or 16 bits or 32 bits or 64 bits, or different types of bits of data will transmit at a time. Also we have different types of wire configurations, and different types of communication protocols also are there to use these bus controls. Okay, here we have the two types of buses. Okay, in 8051 we have two types of buses. The 8051 two types of buses are there. What are the buses means? Address bus and data bus. Here address bus, what is the use of address bus means? It will transmit the address of that module. Okay, address of that bits or bytes. It will stores the address of that bits or bytes. Okay, in aids I will explain you. 8051 microcontroller is consisting of 16-bit address bus. It is generally be used for transferring the data from central processing unit to memory. Here the address bus use, what is the use of address bus means, it will transmit the 16 bits of address from central processing unit to memory. Where it will transmit it means central processing CPU to memory, it will transmit the bit address where the program is stored. That program stored address will transmitting from memory and it will store the memory. Okay, next one is data bus. What is the use of this data bus means, I will explain you. 8051 microcontroller is consisting of 8-bit data bus. It is generally be used for transferring the data from one peripheral position to another peripheral position. Here data bus, what is the use of data bus means, it will communicate with other components also. Okay, it will take the data from CPU, it will transmit to, for example, communication protocol or bus, and also it will transmit to interrupts, and also it will transmit to ROM memory, or it transmit to input output ports. So these type of peripherals to transmit the positions to the peripherals where the data is there, and what is the if the bus controller have some data, so it will transmit to data. These are the transmit by data bus. These are the bus, and these are the different types of buses. What are the uses of these buses? Okay, next one is oscillators. What is the use of these oscillators means, it has to digital the circuit from needs, it needs timers for their positions. Okay, number of oscillations done by the microcontroller, how many number of oscillations, how much time it take to do the oscillation. So these are comes to oscillators. As the microcontroller is a digital circuit, therefore, okay, sorry, as as a microcontroller as a microcontroller is a digital circuit, therefore it needs timers for their positions to perform timer operations inside the microcontroller. It required externally connected or on-chip oscillators. The microcontroller is used inside an embedded systems for managing the function of devices. Therefore, 8051 uses the two 16-bit counters and timers. For the operation of these timers and counters, the oscillator is used to inside the microcontroller. Okay, see here, the microcontroller is a digital circuit. Therefore, it needs timers and counters. What is the use of these timers means, when we given to the task, okay, when we given to the task of a given to the microcontroller, task is given to the microcontroller, the microcontroller what will do, it will oscillate, or it will use the instructions to the components, right? It will give instructions to the components. How much time it will take to give the instructions to components, it based upon timers. Okay, it based upon timers and counters. Okay, this is the on chip memory oscillations. How many, for example, if you give the data, okay, in if you give the data, microcontroller will transmit to uh, input output ports. Okay, how much time it will take, how much oscillations done by for 1 second. Okay, different, for example, I give you yeah, in last examples also I give you 100 pages of printing. Okay, in 100 pages of printing, for 1 minute it will prints only 10 pages, right? It will print 10 pages only. You think it, okay, it will print 10 pages, but I will change to 1 minute I need 20 pages. What will I do? The printing speed will to increase, right? So this is the oscillators, number of oscillators. So for 1 minute, how many oscillators it will print? 10 only. So this based upon the where? Based upon 8051 microcontroller. It is in a 60-bit counters, right? 16-bit counters are there. So this type of oscillations are done by the microcontroller inside. Okay, this is done by the microcontroller. Next one is okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Please comment if you have any doubt or if you want any other topic. So please comment in comment section. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video. Thank you all.